All right. Hey, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Dr. CC Says Facebook Live. Welcome back to everybody who's been rocking with me and who's been watching the lives. And if this is your first time, welcome to you as well. For those that's been here, you all know how we do. I like a lot of discussion. So, please feel free to say hey in the chat so I know who I have here with me, and we're gonna get started. So, last week, y'all, I was so excited to talk about why not, right? This idea, this concept of why not, and the power that comes with shifting how we think, shifting our perspective, and taking our mind off of all of the things we think we can't do, or all the reasons why we can't do something, or why we can't be something, and shifting our perspective, shifting our thinking over to asking ourselves, why not? Why not you? Why not now? Right? And so tonight, what I wanted to do was kind of continue this discussion and have a specific discussion around the idea, why not you? So, why is it that we often feel like we're not the person for the job, or we're not the person for the task? Why do we think we're not worthy of certain things, right? We're not worthy of love, or we're not worthy of blessings, mercy, or favor. I've heard people say, oh, I'm so happy that God blessed this person, or God blessed that person. But I know I'm not going to get a blessing like that. And, a lot of times I'll think to myself, sometimes I'll even say it out loud, why not? Why wouldn't God bless you the same way or in a similar way that he blessed someone else? Right? Why do you think that person is worthy of a blessing, but you're not? So that's my first question for us tonight. And we're going to have a few questions as we go through this discussion. First question for tonight: why not us? Why do we think other people deserve things, but not us? And you go ahead and start dropping stuff in the chat. You can answer, in general about just people in general, or you can answer specific to you. But why is it that we think other people deserve things, or other people are worthy of things, and we're not? Hey, sis. Hey, hubby. Hey, Bri. Good to see everybody. So while you all are dropping that in the chat, I am going to tell you a little bit about when I had that type of thinking. So, a while ago when I was, what we call like a babe in Christ, or, a baby in Christ, I used to think that, God can do and God will do, but he might not do it for me. And really, what I was saying was, I didn't think I had done enough, proved myself, or I was worthy enough for God to do it for me. Not that he couldn't do it, but that he might not do it for me. And so I was really kind of thinking about this like an investment. So you know how, when people make investments, a lot of times they want to make sure that they'll have a good return, or as sure as they can be, that they'll have a good return on their investment. And so I didn't feel like I had shown God enough, right, for him to want to make certain investments into me. He didn't know if he was going to have a good return. And what I had to come to realize as I developed my relationship with God, it was never about me. It was never about what I could do, right? Or what I had shown him. It was all about him and the purpose that he had for my life. So the blessings that God has given me is not just for me. It's for me to then also go out and have an impact and be a blessing to others. And so God will bless you so that you can carry out your mission. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with how good you've been, right? Or how much you think you have done for the kingdom. So we have to definitely watch that. So let's see here what y'all said. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, so Tasha said not feeling worthy enough. That's one reason why people might think that, they don't deserve certain things. They don't deserve blessings, or they don't deserve promotions, or they don't deserve to be married. right? What are some other things? Y'all keep dropping them in the chat. Yeah, Bri said sometimes people focus on the blessings they want. Oh, come on, that's a good one. Rather than see the blessings they have. That's a good one. You're right. So sometimes it's not even about what we are hoping for or desiring. God has already blessed us in a lot of ways, but we don't see that because we looking in somebody else's yard. We say, oh, the grass looks greener. Well, we don't know what it took for the grass to get greener over there. And our grass could be green, right? And so a lot of times when we are appreciative and we're thankful and grateful for the blessings we already have, we will be able to kind of open our eyes and see we actually have more than we think we have. Yeah, that's a good one, Brian. Yeah, anybody else, just go ahead and drop it in the chat. All right. So while you all do that, I'm gonna go on and talk about. Okay, Tasha said theirs could be artificial. Yes, it could be artificial grasses. It could be that turf, right? Don't have no life to it. It just look good. That is accurate. Yeah. So, y'all, while we continue to kind of think of some reasons why we don't think that we're enough, I'm going to throw out a few too. A lot of times we don't think that we have trained enough. We don't think we have enough degrees behind our name. Or we don't think that we've had enough life experience. I've seen a lot of young folks that'll say, you know what, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm too young. Like these folks that work with me, they're a lot older, so I just defer to them. We don't have to do that, right? What you have, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, what you have on the inside of you, God is already giving you. And just because you hadn't reached 30 or 35 or 40, it doesn't mean that you don't have something to give. It doesn't mean that there aren't blessings for you too. So we don't have to be old enough. We don't have to have, all these degrees. We don't have to make a certain amount of money to be worthy, right? And so I want to talk a little bit about how we can shift our mindset. So, one, we have to know our worth. So, already kind of what we've been talking about. We have to know that we are worthy of love, we're worthy of respect, safety, opportunities, options, just because of who we are. I got a real quick story about options because that'll make me shout right there. Options. So when I was in my pre-doctoral internship at the University of Florida, I had a professor that was working with us, and he told us, he said, hey, so y'all are students, you almost finished, right? But you're still students. He was like, y'all ain't got no money. You hadn't had any money during grad school. You don't have any money on internship. He was like, y'all are pretty cheap labor because you haven't graduated yet. He said, but listen, hold on, because real soon you're going to have options. And y'all, that produced a shout in my spirit. I called my friend Samantha. I think at that time, Samantha was doing her internship at Harvard. And so I called Samantha and I said, girl, we're going to have options. And she was like, what you mean options? And I was like, just as soon as we get through, we are going to be able to choose certain things like where we work, what type of work we doing. We don't have to keep moving all over the country, right? And hopefully we'll get to choose an employment package soon, right? We gonna have options. And y'all, guess what? We have options right now. We are worthy enough to have options right now. You don't have to accept any and everything just because it's there. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's how your family folks treating you, whether that's a job, you don't have to just take anything. You have options. You have the right to have options. All right, I see y'all in here typing. Yeah. Hey, Mike. Yeah. So Tasha said not feeling qualified or prepared. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So y'all, I got another question for you. What are you worthy of? So I want y'all to take a couple of seconds and think about that. So we know, we have the right to have all these things: love, happiness, respect, safety, options, right? We have the right to all of that. What are you worthy of? What is something that you want to make sure you tell yourself you are worthy of? Y'all drop that in the chat for me. For me, one thing that I often tell myself I'm worthy of is boundaries. I am worthy of being protective of my time. I have the right to be protective of my time. And that's real important to me. Yeah. All right. Y'all know the messenger a little slow. So y'all drop them in there. I'll see them. All right. All right. So Kevin said unconditional love. That is an awesome one. Yes. Hey, sis. I see I got my line sisters on tonight. Yeah. So Ashley said that part. Unconditional love. Yes. We are worthy of unconditional love. Our love does not have to come with conditions. You don't have to say, well, I got to do this, or I got to make sure I make them happy, or I got to make sure that I be this type of person for them in order for them to love me. That's not healthy. That's not the type of relationship you want. And we talking about romantic in this instance, but you could be talking about relationships with friends. You can be talking about family relationships. They might be your family. That does not mean that you have to accept any and everything. Yeah. Tasha says she is worthy of overflow and abundance. Come on here. Yeah, I'm worthy of my peace. Yes, sis. Yeah. Kevin said, worthy of reaping the benefits of my efforts. Y'all are preaching tonight. Come on. Yeah, we worthy of all of that. Right. And so I want to talk about Kevin's for a minute, reaping the benefits of my efforts. I think a lot of times, especially for church folk, we sometimes mistake being humble with being, in some way like lowly and not having a lot. Right. So we'll say, oh, I can't accept compliments. I'm trying to be humble. Oh, I probably shouldn't charge this much for this job, or, I probably shouldn't make this much for this or that, because, I'm just doing the Lord's work. God didn't say that you couldn't make money or you couldn't reap the benefits of your efforts. All right, so we have to make sure that we're careful with that. We are worthy of reaping the benefits of our efforts. You put in the work, right? You should be able to reap the benefits. And I'm going to take it a step further, Kevin. You should also enjoy that. A lot of people will accept things, but then they'll feel bad about it. Y'all, we don't have to do that. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says we need to be feeling bad about stuff. Okay? What you said, Mike, I'm preaching. Well, I'm Baptist, so I will start preaching in a minute. So yeah, number two, right? So we talked about we have to know our worth. We also have to know that we all have something to contribute. Our voice is needed just the way it is right now. Okay. So, yes, can you develop your voice? Can you develop your message? Sure. That's one of the things that I'm doing right now in this speaking course. And for you all that heard my announcement last week on my Thursday live, you heard me say this speaking course has been everything, right? It's not just developing my speaker persona, right? It has developed me in a lot of ways. But you definitely can develop your voice. But what I'm talking about right here is what you have on the inside of you to say. Your message. Your message has always been there. God gave you that a long time ago. And so you can have something to contribute right now. And it's valuable. Okay? What you have to contribute is valuable. It's needed. Okay? Right now. You don't have to wait and get any more degrees and do anything else. It's great to do all that stuff. Y'all know I like degrees. But that's not what you have to have. You can contribute to your community. You can contribute to your family. You can brighten up the corner where you are right now. So, my third question for you all is, what do you have to contribute? So, drop a few things for me in the chat. What do you have to contribute? Yeah. Hey, back. All my line sisters here. Okay. Yes, sis, you know I'm Southern Missionary Baptist, so I will preach in a moment. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love it. My sis said these were words of confirmation. Good. I'm happy y'all are getting what God has for you tonight. Okay, so y'all drop in there for me. What do you have to contribute? So for me, okay, Mike said love. Yes, we all can use some of that. Yeah. So for me, one of the things that I have to contribute is my compassion. All right, so anybody that knows me knows I have a huge heart, and that is a plus. It helps me in a lot of ways, right? It helps me connect to people. It helps me be able to see other people's perspective, right? And so my compassion puts me in a position to be able to help people that might not otherwise be helped or might not be helped in the same way. All right. So that's one of the many things I can contribute is my compassion. What else we got down here? Okay, my sis said, I've learned that my testimonies have been a blessing. Yes, yes, all of our testimonies, and y'all, we all have a testimony. Okay, you might not see it that way, you might not recognize it yet. We all have a testimony. We all have been through something, and God has brought us out of it. And sharing that information can bless others. So, yes, Toya, your testimonies are definitely a contribution. Okay, Ashley said organization, a giving heart, yes, a giving heart, and being a loyal friend. And I know all of that to be true about her. Yeah. Kevin said his experiences and his mindset, definitely. Hey, Ronnie. I even got my brother in law on. Y'all coming out tonight? Yeah. I've been right here. Yeah. All right. Anitra said, yes, compassion. Yes. So y'all keep thinking about it. I know these are maybe some deeper level questions, and I know we're not going to get, uncover everything tonight, but I just want y'all to start thinking about that. What do you have to contribute? What are the things that you want to share and you can share with the people? Yeah. All right. And so as y'all keep dropping them, and I'm going to keep moving. So number 3, we have to know that what we have to offer, nobody else can offer it the way we can. Okay, y'all, we are unique. So my favorite affirmation says, nobody can do what I do the way that I do it. And that's my magic. Okay. And y'all, magic is so important. The fact that we all have magic and it's all different. And so for y'all that haven't heard this, this acronym, I have an acronym for magic, and it's something that I created a little while ago. And so magic stands for your mannerisms, attitude and approach, genuineness, identity, and core values. Okay. Our magic is so unique, it's so personal, it's so nuanced because it's made up of our personality, our experiences, and our perspective. It's literally who we are. And so nobody can be us like us, right? Nobody can do Dr. Cece like Dr. Cece does, right? And that's the same for all of us. And so, for instance, y'all, I can hear the same message from two different people, right? Or a very similar message. One of them is going to hit me differently, not because of the message, because again, that's similar. It's going to hit me differently because of their magic, right? It's going to hit me differently because of how they said it, because of the mannerisms that they used to say it, right? Because of the perspective that they're coming from, because of their genuineness, right? So our magic really helps us impact and have an influence on the people that we need to impact. Okay. So magic can be your laugh, it can be your smile, your word choice, how you string sentences together, right? It's that special thing about you. So, y'all, what's part of your magic? Drop that in the chat for me. What is part of your magic? Is it your laugh? I have a friend, I don't know if she's on here right now, Samantha. Samantha has the most distinctive laugh, and it is so infectious and it is so joyful that when you hear it, you can't help but laugh. She literally brings joy to people just with her laughter. And she loves to laugh. So that's awesome, right? So you get to hear it a lot. So you all drop in the chat, what's part of your magic? Let's see what we got here. Y'all know I'm still real excited that I can work the chat and do the live at the same time because y'all know I wasn't able to do that at first. So this is progress, okay? Yeah. Anitra said her hard laugh. Yes, I love it. I love it. It's nothing like having a good hearty laugh. Yeah. Toya said her listening. Yes. Her ability to listen. I love it. Yeah. You all drop some more magic in there. And I know, this might be a little difficult because we don't always think about stuff like this. Like we don't always think about what's unique to us, right? What are things that people would see and it would make an impression on somebody, and it's just us. It's just us being who we are, right? So for me, part of my magic is connecting. So I connect very easily with other people. People often say I've never met a stranger. All right, that is definitely true. I connect very easily with folks, and I'd like to connect other folks together. That's another part of my magic, and I do that well. Yeah, Tasha said her genuine love. That is absolutely true. Yeah, I know that to be true. Yeah. So y'all keep dropping stuff in the chat, right? And keep thinking about it, okay? So, while you're thinking about the questions, let's talk a little bit about how do we identify and lean into these things. So, leaning into knowing our worth, knowing that we have something to contribute, and knowing that our magic is needed. Okay, how do we do that? One, we sit with ourselves. So, y'all, we have to do some self reflection because one, you have to know you, you have to know about you in order to come up with all of these awesome things about you, right? To come up with your contributions and knowing your worth and knowing your magic. You have to know you. So, journaling can help with self reflection, talking to Jesus and allowing Him to deposit things in your spirit, right? Allowing God to talk to you, that will help you understand more about you. And then what we have to do is challenge the negative thoughts that pop up. And we talked about that last week when we talked about CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy, right? A lot of times we will have negative thoughts that pop up. And the issue is we treat those like they are fact. We treat them like they're true, but they're just thoughts. They don't have to be the truth. And so we have to operate out of what God has said about us, right? And what we know to be true about ourselves, and not out of these negative thoughts that pop up. And so, one way for us to make sure that we are challenging negative thoughts is through affirmations. So, like that affirmation I told you all earlier, right? No one can do what I do the way I do it, and that's my magic. So, writing affirmations, reciting them to yourself, recording yourself saying them and playing them back, right? So, affirmations aren't always things that you really truly believe in the moment, but they are things that maybe you're aspiring to, all right? And so, y'all, I do a little bit of work around how you create some affirmations. So, that might be something I do with you all on another live, okay? Yep, Mike, I will definitely tell him you said what's up. Okay. Yes, and so the last part. So we're sitting with ourselves, we're doing some self-reflection, we're journaling, we're talking to Jesus, we're challenging our negative thoughts, and we have to surround ourselves with people who speak life to us, into our situations. Okay? People who will call us out in love when we are acting out of character, and people who will remind us of our worth and remind us of our magic. Okay, so y'all, if you haven't been seeing my posts, I've been posting daily, kind of going back down memory lane. And for the probably in all of the posts a little bit, I am talking about my circle. I'm talking about the people that are around me. All right, so I know my magic. All right, that's something I've been working on, I've been developing. So I know my magic. It is such a blessing to have people around you that also appreciate and acknowledge your magic. Okay. And people that will make space for you and your magic. So, y'all, make sure you got good folks around you. Make sure you got people that are speaking life to you and your situations. If you call somebody and you say, hey, I want to share a desire with you, I want to share what God placed on my heart, Make sure you got folks around you that's going to say, you know what, sis? You know what, bro? Let me pray with you. I'm standing in agreement with you. All right. We don't need naysayers. We need folks around us, not so much just to say yes, but folks around us that can say, you know what? I'm believing God for whatever it is that God has for you. All right. I'm speaking life to this situation. I'm speaking life over your business. I'm speaking life over your marriage. I'm speaking life over your relationship, right? Those are the type of folks that we want in our life, okay? So let's make sure we got those type of folks around us. Now, y'all, if you want to find out more about your magic, stay tuned because I got some fun stuff coming up. I can't share it with you just yet, but I'm going to share real soon, okay? So if you want to be the first to know, make sure you sign up for my VIP email list. I put the link in the video description, in this live description. Also, if you have missed other lives and you want to go back, just check them out on my YouTube channel. I also put the link for my YouTube channel. Y'all, I got a YouTube channel. I'm real excited about it. But yeah, you don't have to scroll through everything on my page. Just go to the YouTube channel. I download them. I try to download them the same week that I do the lives. If not, it'll be at the top of the next week. But go back, we've been doing lives now since I think March, since I did the 3-day Facebook Live series. And then I came back at the top of April and we started doing the weekly. So there are quite a few that you all can see. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I saw I had a few more comments. Yeah. Live speakers. I love that, Anitra. Yes, we need live speakers. Yes. So, y'all, that's all I have for you tonight. Meet me here, same time, same place next week. And y'all stay safe and be blessed, okay?